Guys, remember composition book only for notes, never for homework. Thanks for asking me this great question. Alright, so we have, let me get a new page. Alright, you guys are looking at number 19 real fast. You see 4 to the negative 3, A to the 0, all over B to the negative 7. Now, Jackson, I'm not going to get to all your questions today, but please feel free during lunch after school, you can ask me more. But I do want to get to at least a couple of them, alright? So, our goal, our directive was to simplify. Now, kiddos, someone tell me something that we can change. The negative exponents, good. Tell us they're in the wrong spot. So who should be in the bottom? Everybody. 4 to the, remember, negative tells me to flip it and then it goes away.
And then it'll be B to the 7, and then A.
No, it's gone. That's okay, Jordan did next step. So we flip the B to the 7 because of the negative, we flip the 4 to the 3 because of the negative, and then we say there's one more step. Do you see it, Alan? What do we do?
You gotta turn the A to a 1. Yeah, isn't it? The 0?
That's what you just said.
We can change the A to the 0 to be 1 instead.
Yeah, Jordan.
I was trying to remember lost. We're good. Alright, let's go ahead and focus on what we need to do, okay? So then A to the 0 becomes a 1 instead. 1 times anybody is itself. Now, could we box it and that's a great answer? I say yes.
You can.
But the back of the book says, you know what, 4 cubed, maybe that's something you could do 4 times 4 times 4. So I would say there are 2 different possible answers.
Oh, that's a B? I thought it was a C.
That's a B, sorry.
That's my fault.
I know, it's a struggle, huh?
So on a test, are we allowed to leave it as 4 to the 3?
Yeah, I would take it either way.
What if you left the 1?
You can leave the 1, but realize that on a test that you want to go all the way. Does that make sense? Now guys, I'm just going to do one more example just for sake of time, so we do need to get into the next section. John?
Yes.
Oh, check it over. Be extra quiet so I don't get mad. Gotta get through Monday, get through Tuesday. Jackson, already, or also other question on number 41, so let's look at one more. And then we'll stop here. In our homework. We have 3 s to the, what is that, guys? 8?
Yes.
All raised to the negative 5 power. Okay. We need to simplify. Now, there's a property. Product to a power property. Do you guys remember from Friday? What happens to that negative 5? It needs to come in, right?
Yes.
Oh, here's a good question. What is the power? Aiden, what's the power of 3 if I can't see it? Yeah. I can put it over 1, and the same way I can put it over 1, I can say 3 to the 1. Because there's 1, 3 there, right, everybody?
Oh.
Do you see it? So now I need to bring in that negative 5 to everybody. Wait a minute. How do I do s to the 8 to the negative 5?
You multiply s to the negative 4.
Exactly. Power to a power. So I can do 3 to the negative 5 and s to the everybody.
Negative 40.
Negative 40.
Don't you solve?
Now, yeah, if we look at our directions, do you guys see? Focus back on it. Positive exponents. This is good work that we're showing, but we're not done until we deal with the negative exponents. Well, let me actually build up, Jordan. Hold on. Can't we put both of these in A? This is kind of what you were saying a second ago. Can't we put both of them over 1? Right? And then the negative tells me, Robert, the negative tells me it doesn't belong, right?
Yes.
So then where are both of those going to go?
Down.
In the denominator. So I have 3 to the 5. I have s to the 40. Who's up top if I took everyone away?
1.
The 1. That's a great answer, but some of you might have figured out, did anyone figure out 3 to the 5th?
No. 243. Yep.
Yeah, 243. Good job. 243 s to the 40th. That's a lot. I'll say either answer is great. Okay, homework. Here's what I need. You guys check your heading, yeah? Right? I need you to hand it to me now. It's time to turn in.
I got you in 2 ways.
Pass it over, pass it over, pass it over.
No.
Oh, Justin, I'm sorry. Thank you. All right, back to your notes. Notes open.
Your work? No.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Any more homework?
She
Going
ain't come
once?
back.
Oh, sorry, Griffin.
We were in 10th grade. 11th grade.
All right, we're starting.
I'm not a kid.
Here we go, let's go. Notes open. Here's what's going on. Kiddos, look at the example. What you see is called an end fruit. You don't have tons of time because we have to talk about homework and all sorts of stuff. So here we go. Angel, here we go. Robert, here we go. Aiden, here we go. Josh, here we go. Okay. If you guys look at this expression, it's called an nth root, and here's the reason why. Who's in the, here's a snazzy word.
Ed. Lars.
Who's in the root?
Index.
The name is index, and what's actually in there is an n. Remember how we were talking about the fourth root, fifth root, sixth root? The n just says, hey, whoever's in there. It could be, yeah. Now, I want you guys to name these two different things. Ready? Alan, focus. This side is called radical form. Why? Radical is what we call, what you guys have been used to calling a square root. But the problem is, as you already saw in the warm-up, it's not always a square root. It could be a cube root or a fourth root.
Would that line? No.
So we'll call that the radical form. Now guys, over here, is there a radical on this side?
Kind of.
Is there a radical on the right side?
No.
No. So instead, we'll call this exponent form. So there are two different forms. There's radical form and there's exponent form. Now, the steps. The steps for how to simplify a root. Now, do you guys see this example over here to the side? The
No.
cube root of 64?
Yes.
Okay. The very first step is we take whoever is under the root, and that is what we call a, and we factor.
Oh.
We try to remember the numbers that multiply to be the number under the radical. Now, in this example, the number under the radical is 64, right? Do you guys remember how to get the prime factors of 64?
Go down.
Yeah. We break this puppy up and we say 64
Oh, we
is
do.
8 times 8. Keep going.
4 times 2.
2 times 4 and 2 times 4.
So then 2 and 2.
And then 2 times 2. Under each 4.
Why do you need to get the front factor?
I haven't done that in so long.
Okay, now hold on. What can we say about 64 then? 64 is 2 to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, yeah, man.
Okay? 64 is 2 to the 6. Now hold on. Focus on in, guys. Question. Have we factored it as far as we can?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't go any further, right? Jordan. So now we need to rewrite the radical. Rewrite the radical to the cube root of 64. Now we need to plug in that 2 to the 6. So we have the cubed root of 2 to the 6th. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Ready? Ready. Do you see how I have this in radical form, meaning there's a radical still there, right? Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
Shut up.
Now, I'm going to change this just a little bit because you see how the 2 has a power now? Okay.
Because there is 6 of them.
What if there's a power? We can say there's something called, because in my example at the top there wasn't a power. Let's say there's a power now. We'll call that m, okay?
Yes.
So now we can say the exponent form would be a to the m over n. Now that m looks funny, I know, it looks weird. So let me show you how this works down below. Ready?
Yeah.
Calm it down, buddy. Can't we keep the 2? You see how the A stays the same up top?
Yes.
Okay, keep the 2. Keep the 6 on top and the 3 on bottom. Now check it.
No.
Robert? Last time. We have 2 to the 6th under a cubed root. If you look up at the top, we can change from radical form to exponent form by taking the power of 2, which is the 6th. Diego, hat off, stay after class to talk to me. 2 to the 6th divided by 3. Now, hold on, kiddos. Is there any math you can do to this to simplify it?
Yeah, divided by 2.
Yeah, simplify. You can say 6 over 3 is the same thing as, well, what's 6 divided by 3? 2. And what's 2 squared? 4. Either of these are correct answers. What does that mean? The cubed root of 64 is the same thing as the cubed root of 4 times 4 times 4. The cubed root of 4 cubed, which is 4. Now, not all of you would have been able to do this work. That's a little tricky. But maybe if we follow our steps, we'll be able to do or solve them a little bit easier. Robert, go ahead.
Going back to fraction A, where would you get 2, 2, and 4s? Would you do that for all these problems, or
Stay seated.
would you do it for all the problems?
You would take whatever number is underneath and break it down to its pieces. Stay seated. I had to call you guys down a lot today, so we're going to stay 2 more minutes. Go ahead, Josh.
Okay, so back to number 2. It says
Rewrite the radical.
yes, and then it has the equal sign. And it has 3. And then sorry, I forgot what was
The cubed root.
cubed root of 2. Was that 26 or
2 to the power of 6.
Oh,
2 to the power of 6.
I love it.
So kiddos, let me go ahead since we still have a whole nother minute and 25 seconds. Let me try to do one more example with you, alright? So what if I was to ask you for, let's see how we do. What if I was to ask you for the cubed root of 81? Nah, let's do 27 instead. Okay.
7.
Not 7.
3.
Pause. Step by step. Number 1, you factor. Take 27 and break them down. What can you break them down to be?
9 and 3.
9 and 3. Break 9 down to be 3 and 3.
So then you have all the 3s.
So now I can rewrite step number 2. I can rewrite that as the cubed root of 3 to the power of
3.
Now some of you can jump to the final answer, but hold on. Just for the trickier ones, we can make this 3 to the 3 over 3. We changed it to exponent form. And then 3 over 3 is 1, so what would our final answer be?
3.
3 to the 1. Now, hold on real quick. What if we put a negative inside? This just gets way more tricky. Now the negative is not in the exponent. The negative is in the number on the inside. What do you think the final answer would be if there was a negative in anybody, in
How
everybody?
did the negative present?
I changed the example.
Okay.
Not 1 over 3. Good idea though, but the negative isn't up in the exponent. The negative is down. So guess how easy it is? Check it. Just negative 3
To be
instead.
continued.
Right?
So it's negative.
The answer would be negative 3 for the new example with the negative. Now hold on, you still have 30 seconds. Now kiddos, we didn't get through, I know, we didn't get through all of our examples today. So I want you to do the best you can on homework, but today it was more important to get our system down. Now we have our system down, okay?
Alright.
So come in tomorrow, I'll probably give you another day on this homework. We're gonna finish this lesson and actually probably go to the second part of this section all tomorrow. Diego, you're saying just talk to me. If anybody needs to talk to me about homework or notes, you can stay to talk to me as well. Everyone else have a great day.
So it's over to tomorrow?
Homework, I would start for tomorrow. We won't collect it tomorrow.
Started or not?
Oh, you need something?
Alan, you look good.
You do look like Timmy Turner.
Buddy, hey!
He does, right?
Here!
I mean, it's
Hey, Robert, if you need to, I don't know if you want to discuss all this stuff. Why did you bring something that we can be moving?
Okay.
Try.
Sexy, bro.
Dude, you look so hot. You so hot.
We only did some examples. So just start.
Hello. It's D. Get it? It's D.
This one, do it over there because my brain
So
goes here and I have to, oh. So if it's all.
that was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sorry,
It's D. Did you hear my bad
Okay,
pun,
Barry,
Steve?
stay right there because I actually saved the book for this.
That was
this morning.
It's like too late now.
Yes,
I want to email it to you right now.
It's actually gone. Yep. I don't know what we're talking about, so.
It's okay.
I'm glad. You are. Oh, good.
I need you. I know you're both. I need you to focus on the notice on the last class.
I walked in, I was like, I walked in, I was like,
So the more you can, but let me get you book assignments. Were you able to take pictures of other people's books for last chapter, or you didn't?
I'm so behind.
Oh,
Can I maybe, if I can get like pictures of it, I can finish all of them in a week.
okay, because you know it really fast. Let me show you what I know.
It's like
He owes me $10. Should I blame anyone and give it to
It's just you didn't have the book to be able to do it.
Right.
like everything
Sure.
about one has rules.
This
You
is you,
did?
right?
You didn't have like
Yes.
Oh, you never paid you back, did he?
Here. You need chapter 5 and 6, huh?
Mhm.